Hello everyone and welcome back to Flo Felts. Today I'm going to be felting a frame. This is the next episode in my Let's Experiment series. I have two frames but I'm only going to be doing one, so tell me in the comments below if you want to see the next one. Now, normally when it comes to doing a polystyrene piece, I would do it on top of this thinner piece of polystyrene so that I don't accidentally stab the table. But because these frames are much thinner, I'm going to just be using a protective mat. This will prevent the rest of the polystyrene in the middle being poked out the back. I was going to add these heart buttons, but in the end I decided not to. If you do choose to, just dab a bit of hot glue on the back and push it on. Now, for the frame, I'm going to make a pinkiness frame. So I just picked out every pink colour I had. This took quite some time because I have a lot of pinks. This frame is going to be similar to one of the Easter eggs I did. It's going to be in this sort of tie-dye pattern. I'm going to be mixing all the pinks to look like that. First things first, peel the sticker off the back. Next, I took a tuft of each different pink, just a small chunk, and added all together it will fill the frame. This also took quite some time. I also grabbed quite a big chunk of white so that it would lighten the colour and make it look brighter. Now here I put all the colours in a pile and then mix them up together by pulling them apart and ripping all the fibres and then pushing them back together. This will make sure that I don't get solid chunks of colours and that instead I get a nice mix of all the colours. I took a small piece and then started stabbing. Stab, 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 stabbity, stab, stab, stab. I kept stabbing all of the colours in until the frame was completely filled up. It took roughly an hour to do, so I sped this up a lot. I made sure to fill in all the gaps in the edges, otherwise there would have been weird white, sticky outy, chunky bits. I use the multi-needle holder a lot, and as I've spoken about it in previous videos, it's definitely one of the most useful tools. Now here, I was going to paint the back of the frame pink, but I ran into a few problems. For a start, I couldn't find my big brush, and I also couldn't find my big tube of white paint. But the biggest problem was that it just didn't look good. The sticky out bits of polystyrene just made it look chunky. So I abandoned that, and I've decided that when I can find a frame of the same size, I'll just stick it onto a normal frame so you can actually put pictures in it. So basically just ignore this whole awkward moment while I'm trying to sort out my paints. I feel like we need some waiting music. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. You bored yet? Yeah, same. And now we're actually painting. Still useless though, since didn't last long. Why didn't I just cut this whole chunk out? I feel like that would have been smarter. I guess this is Let's Experiment. And I'm still bored. Still bored. Oh. And what's with that big black thing in the corner there? Sorry, that's going to stay there for the rest of the video. I didn't realise it was blocking the camera until after the video. Whoops. Anyway, at this point, I'm cutting the floof. As people who've seen my videos before should know, I don't like floof. So, you cut off the floof. But this time, I used craft scissors. Or I will in the future. There we go, there's the craft scissors. Can't see them, but they're there. I wouldn't normally use craft scissors for cutting the floof, but I decided I would this time because it's a long flat piece. I wouldn't use them for an egg because of the curvature of the shape. And that's why I use the clippers most of the time. But I used the craft scissors because there was just long flat bits that I could cut along. Chop, chop, choppity chop. Choppity, choppity chop. I noticed the inner corners were sticking up a bit, so I used the single needle to poke them in. I know my camera angles aren't the best, especially with the black thing on the side of the screen, but that's because I don't actually have a tripod that I can put my phone on. I use my phone as my camera, and although it's not the best, I'd rather do that than have to export videos from proper cameras. But I am working on getting a proper tripod. So there's my finished product. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Let's Experiment, and I'll see you next time. Bye!